All right, let's jump into the show real quick. We got a couple things here that I cannot wait to blaze. This first one, we're starting out with this first one because I talked to my big brother Almighty here, Warren B. Hall, earlier. He said, we got to talk about this kid. I said, what kid? The kid in the flag. What kid in the flag you talking about? You haven't seen the kid in the flag? No. So I look it up real quick. I start going through the story, and I start getting infuriated just from skimming the story while I was on the phone.
The title.
I was so infuriated. I said, wait a minute, let me read the whole thing first, and then let me decide if I'm going to be upset about this. And then Warren B., you know what happened? I read it, and I was so infuriated about the story.
We were like an episode of Seinfeld. You didn't hear the kid? What about the kid? Do you know the kid?
So everybody's caught up with us. The story is about Ever Martinez Lopez, age 18, who was, and we're not gonna sugarcoat this. He was denied his diploma by his high school. They can say in the article that, as they're quoted, he was not denied because of this flag. He was denied because of the flag. There was no other reason. So he showed up for graduation, cap and gown on, but he decided he was going to wear a Mexican flag over his gown. He was clearly out of dress code, obviously. And they refused to give him his diploma. He had to go back and get it at a later date once they figured it all out. I know what I feel about it. That is the story. I'm not trying to be cavalier about it. That is the story. Kid shows up for graduation. Kid has cap and gown on. Kid decides I'm going to wear a Mexican flag over my cap and gown. School says you cannot do that, so we will not be giving you a diploma today. School gets, I believe, up to 10 separate phone calls, including some where they are threatened with violence. School says, okay, Mr. Lopez, go ahead and get your diploma. We wish you a nice life. Warren, you brought this story to my attention. What is your thoughts on this young man?
Honestly, I wasn't mad. I understand a dress code's a dress code. I wasn't mad. I'm actually going to go to the comments. Kathleen K said, graduation should be a celebration of anything that isn't disrespectful to others and should be allowed.
It's a celebration.
That's a wide gamut, and unfortunately, everybody is bothered by something. No matter what, you wore your hat, you wore your tassel sideways. People get mad about everything, so someone's gonna be mad. I don't think they should have. I think they should have said, "Hey, take it off, go back through," and then gave it to him then. So I was surprised that they didn't allow him the whole day.
Deon?
It's frustrating to me that we stick to these stupid, stringent traditions. It's a celebration. Everybody's there supposed to be happy. The flag didn't hurt anybody. The kid was proud. You're proud that he graduated. You're proud that he loved his community and represent Mexico in a positive way. What's the, out of all the things to pick an issue with, what's the problem? What is the problem? Well, we got to set standards and regulations and blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants to wear the stupid cap. Nobody wants to wear the stupid gown. Teachers hate going to these damn things because they take 2 hours. No, it's a waste of money, first of all, because you have to buy the cap and gown. They don't even issue the cap and gown. Give me my goddamn diploma. I don't want to come back to the school after I done graduated. Fuck all. Especially with this attitude y'all have, it's ridiculous. And not to deny the kid his diploma just because he was wearing the flag. Come on, man. Be the bigger person. Let the kid be happy. Pick your battles. This was such a stupid thing to get publicity over and to make it a bigger deal than it needed to be. Just hand him his diploma. He's not coming back. So now you got to deal with the fallout of this. What? Why?
You done?
Go ahead.
You done?
Yeah, go ahead.
This wasn't even going to be part of my argument, but you said something I must take exception to. First of all,
what? Me? Something you take exception to? No way.
First of all, graduation is a huge deal for a lot of kids. And for a lot of those kids, they like wearing the cap and gown, such as I fucking did. I enjoyed wearing my cap and gown. But that's not even my whole point. My whole point, one, they should have removed this kid immediately. He should have never been in the building wearing this stupid flag over the top of his cap and gown. Your cap and gown represents the school that you went to. You should wear that with some type of pride. Now, if you want to wear something Mexican flag with Mexican flags on it, put a fucking t-shirt on underneath your cap and gown, and then you can display that after graduation. I'm sick and tired of people not understanding that certain things need to stay as they are, and this is one of them. You are not special. This kid is not special. No other kid who decides to wear a strawberry shortcake fucking flag next year is special. I'm gonna tell you where they went wrong is that they gave this kid this diploma and they were nice about it. I'd have threw that shit over the fence out into the street. You want your diploma? Go get it. Because you know what I'm not gonna have? I'm not gonna have little Susie May coming here next year wanting to wear some fucking flag that has the little baby Yoda on it and think that, oh, I'm a Jedi, so I should be able to do this and I have Star Wars. Learn to know where you fit in. This is not the time. This is pure not. That's where the nonsense is at. No, this whole thing is pure. Of all days for you to decide to throw a flag on, this is the day you're gonna throw the flag on.
Wait, Deon, wait.
Completely asinine. You guys go ahead. Let's go ahead and go back and forth on this one. I'm gonna go back and forth on it.
Your same exact words. It's 1950 something. I'm a white man. We don't need to let her on.
You guys love to do this. You guys love to do this. You guys love to do this. How on earth?
And then some little Aunt Jemima comes walking down thinking she can do whatever she wants to do.
You know what, Warren? Just because you use your little funny voice doesn't mean you're not being a little bit of an asshole. All right? So don't get all offended. Don't get offended when I get on you.
You just did that.
You knew you get that. Don't.
You said a stupid flag and just put a t-shirt on. I did what you did.
No, you didn't, because you didn't even make the same argument. You are, yes, you. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, jump in, but 1 second. I'm gonna get on Warren over here, who always acting like he's being bullied every time I come at him. But now he wants to talk to me with the funny voice. You're not even making the same argument. You're doing what Deon normally does, and you're taking the orange and putting it in a barrel of fucking apples and trying to tell me you're selling me a whole bush of apples. You are not. That is not the same thing.
You did get a bush of apples with one orange in it.
You said was the same exact thing they said about putting black kids into school with white kids. They didn't want anything to change. They didn't want other kids to think they could do this.
You're
That's
not
literally
special.
the same thing they said.
So, okay, Deon, go ahead. Go ahead.
So here, your argument is we got to keep it the same because of tradition. And I'm asking you, what got hurt during the ceremony? Did anybody's hard work that they put in over the 4 years get ruined because this kid wore a Mexican flag? No. There were no negative consequences to this kid wearing the flag. Nobody's feelings were hurt. Nobody was offended.
I'm offended. I'm offended.
Clearly, because you're a Republican, and we all know how y'all feel about Mexicans. So it's so ridiculous to me that you would argue that tradition is this most important thing and blah blah blah. Like, he's not special to his community. He's special.
Then wear your flag over there. Wear your flag over there in your community when you get back to your block at your graduation party.
Your flag wherever you like. And like I said, nothing changed. The ceremony didn't get delayed. There was nobody hurt. So there was no need to make it a bigger issue than what it was. If one kid wants to wear a Mexican flag one day, and then the next kid wants to wear the Pan-African flag the next day, and then the next kid wants to wear the Confederate flag the next day, you think they're gonna have a problem with that? In North Carolina?
And you know what? Kathleen made a great point. For everybody who graduated from high school and college, for that matter, you know that you are allowed to do different things with the top of your cap to show some type of individual. There was no reason to wear an entire flag over your gown. No reason for it. No reason for it. No reason.
Why was there no reason? His parents immigrated from Mexico. He was the first one to graduate from American high school in his family. He's celebrating his Mexican pride, and he didn't hurt anybody.
Do that shit at home.
He can do it wherever he likes.
No, he can't. Obviously, he can't.
Because you say so?
Look,
Who are you?
so
Who are you
you're,
to him?
you're lucky I wasn't.
Nobody.
He's lucky I wasn't running the school.
No, you're lucky. You're lucky.
They
You
got
weren't
that
running the
diploma
school
in
because
pieces.
this little itty bitty thing that you're blowing way out of
I'm
proportion.
not blowing it out of proportion. Every
You
time I
are blowing it
disagree
out
with
of
you, you think
proportion.
I'm blowing it out of proportion.
No,
I
you're
will be
saying
fine
it
later
has
on.
to. You just said this kid has to fit in a box, right? Everybody's telling people you got to fit in this box, you got to conform, you got to assimilate, you got to do it
Oh
our way, or you
my
can get
God.
the fuck out of here. I'm gonna take your diploma and throw it across the street. You
You
can
know
do that
what?
shit at home.
I can't wait for
Don't
this
do it
next
here.
topic because
You
I'm
know
gonna
who
kick
you
that
sound-
right in the ass for this one. Go ahead.
You know who you sound like? Do you know who you sound like? Do you know who would be cheering you on right
Why
now?
don't you and Warren tell me who I sound like? I see Warren shaking his head at me, and you over here giving this nonsense. Go right ahead. Attack
I'm
me
just
again. Why
listening.
don't you?
You sound like George Wallace. Segregation then, segregation now, and segregation forever.
Is that right,
No
George Wallace?
Mexican flag.
This is what I
That's
talk.
who
This
you
is
sound like.
this is what I talk about with you two all the time. You guys never stay on the same track. You guys jump to a completely other track. You guys never ever. Let me go to some
I
comments
literally used your own words. Your
No,
exact
no, you
statement was the
didn't.
same
No, you
statements
didn't.
They made
No,
back in the day.
no,
How did I not?
wasn't
I
even close to the
impersonated
same.
you. You got angry at the impression. I said what you were saying.
I got angry at the way that you were saying it, War, because what you do is you try to make me look like the bad guy, and then you come in with your little funny faces and your little funny voices and do your head like this.
The funniness, that was you taking it personal. The funniness is supposed to be the fact that I said Aunt Jemima, because you said some other kid's name, some other kid name, whatever. So I was being funny saying Aunt Jemima. So you didn't get the joke that I was making. You took that personal, way more personal than I meant it. And for that, I apologize, because I wasn't attacking you like that.
And there it is.
It was
That's
about
what
the
I
name,
needed
Aunt
right there.
Jemima.
That's what I expected to happen right there. The emperor should always get apologies on the show. I'm just teasing.
See what happens? See?
I'm just teasing. Let me go to some comments here. Just teasing. I'm not teasing about what I mean. I mean, this kid could. This is. Oh boy, you're lucky I wasn't in charge over there.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely, you get mad over nothing.
There'll be some
So
complete.
mad.
I'm not
How
even
dare
mad.
they sit at the lunch counter? How dare they try to like?
Now I'm about to get mad because you won't again off the fucking track. All right.
Where does it stop? Where does it stop?
Davizi says I got kicked out of graduation for cheering for my homeboy when they called his name. So I can see how petty they get at these things. All right.
And did you yell yay or did you yell something crazy?
Davizi, what was the cheer like? And did they give you guys any type of rules ahead of time about decorum at the graduation? I'd like to know.
When my little brother graduated college, they tried that. Please hold your applause to the end, but we seized, right? We seized. So we're not waiting. We're not waiting until Z gets up off the stage. No, when they called my little brother's name, you best believe who was cheering loud and proud. And I dare somebody to say something. And guess what happened? Didn't nobody say shit. You know why? Because everybody was proud of their.
Because that makes it right. Because that makes it right. You're asking not to do something, and you decide I'm gonna do whatever I want, and that makes it right.
You can ask. You always have the right to ask.
Okay. All right.
Right? You always have the right to ask. You can ask whatever you want. I'm gonna ask you to stop yelling in my ear, but I know you're not gonna do it.
First of all, when you decide that you're gonna stop yelling on the show, I may decide to go along with it.
There can only be one. I'm the last Highlander. You're the emperor. I'm the Highlander.
I got a plane ticket. I'm coming to cut your head off at 2:00 in the morning. So,
I won't be here.
all right. Facebook user says he knew it would be a problem. He wanted the attention. I am not too far along with going along with you there, Facebook user, whoever that is. Facebook user says, coming from an Army veteran, there are rules. Ricky. Hey, Ricky. What's going on, Ricky?
And then this one you're about to read is Danae.
Okay, Danae. Danae says, coming from an Army veteran, there are rules that were published, and if not following them, then you don't get to walk. Absolutely. I love it. You should not get to walk. You should have not walked. Tony Mack says, aren't there some cords or some type of sash that could be a good alternative? Good point, Tony. I don't know. And you know what else? I don't care.
Let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a cord and the flag? They both represent the exact same thing. So your problem is the size? That's stupid.
No, the problem is not staying within the rules that you are given. That's the problem. And don't try to jump out and say anything about Rosa Parks and about racism and George Wallace. The problem is you are graduating from high school. This is a proud moment. It's not just your day, Mexican student. It is also the day of all the other students who are graduating too.
Did he
It's not
raise
your.
his flag?
It is not your day for you to think, "Oh, everybody, look over here. What's his name again? And look at me, Martinez Lopez." This is not your day. This is also why they ask you to hold your applause to the end of the graduation, so that one, they can get through the graduation, and two, so that certain groups of people just don't think my student, my brother, my cousin, my whatever is more important than the rest of you. So let me hold up the entire ceremony while we over here clap it up and whoop and holler, so on and so forth. There's a time and place for everything. This wasn't the time nor the place for
The
it.
time and place is where you make it time and place.
You
Exactly. If you didn't have a problem with a little dangly thing off the top of his head being the Mexican flag, don't have a problem with the Mexican flag, period. It's ridiculous. That's a stupid argument. Well, he could have just worn something to the side that said the same thing, and I wouldn't be in my feelings about it because it wouldn't be a distraction. But you know what it represents? It's the same thing that the flag represents. So why are you mad? How is it a distraction? The only reason you make it a distraction is because you paid attention to it.
Is that right?
What?
I'm sorry. Is he 6 years old and I'm supposed to pretend he's? Don't nobody look at Tommy over here. He's out here running around without his pants on. If we don't look at him, he'll go put some pants on. It's not the same thing.
Did he interrupt the ceremony? Yes or no?
Obviously he did. Obviously he did.
No.
Did he get his diploma?
No, he got it the next day.
Okay.
The principal was bothered by it, but he got it the next day because all the other kids rallied for him to get it because
He got it. He got it the next day because some people were calling in threatening to shoot up the school. That's why he got that diploma.
But what I'm saying is, you were saying how other people were offended. It was all the kids, because that was what the video that started off with. It was all the kids in the hallway yelling at the principal, "Give him his diploma."
Oh, okay. Yes, this is, and the next time that the little ones want ice cream at 1:00 in the morning, even though you said it's time to go to bed, Warren, make sure you whip out the Haagen-Dazs and the Ben and Jerry's.
Did they earn it? Did they do their schooling to get that Haagen-Dazs? Did they earn it? This kid earned it. You're acting like he didn't earn it.
You didn't.
Okay. He didn't go to school. He didn't do math. He didn't do gym.
Did he show up the way he was supposed to for graduation?
Yeah.
So you know what?
He
can get his. You can get your diploma. You can get it over there outside. Wait till afterwards. Wait till after the ceremony. You can get it then. Sure.
Right. I'm not saying that's wrong. What I'm saying is why bring all this backlash over something that is not a big deal? If you were okay with it dangling from his cap, what's the difference between it being draped over his shoulders? There is no difference.
Let me get to.
It's ridiculous to be mad about the flag, but then say do it in another way that makes me feel that's dumb.
That's right.
That's dumb.
That's
that
right.
Just
because
kicks the can.
That's
it's
right.
Ridiculous.
Because that's what the world is like. Is where you get to go and make the rules up as you go along, regardless of the rules that are given to you. That's what the that's what the world's like. That's what the world's like.
Talking about
Excellent.
who follows the rules in the world, who sets the rules. Is that the road you want to get down? Is that the train you want to hit your wagon to?
Oh,
really?
You mean when you go get it? When you go get a job and they give you a list of rules for the No. You just asked me a question. I'm answering the question for you. You just asked me a question, didn't you?
You're changing the argument.
No,
he wasn't getting a job.
Wait a minute. Warren brought up racism. You brought up George Wallace. Y'all get to change the argument, but I don't.
I didn't change the argument. It was the same argument.
And I'm making the same one in rebuttal to what you just said, Deon. You just asked me what I want to hitch my wagon to.
Yeah, you're saying that he needs to follow the rules. He did follow the rules. He went to school 4 years. He did the work. He earned his diploma. He went to go get it, and you told him no.
I'm glad you didn't repeat it. I'm glad you didn't repeat what you just said 30 seconds ago. Let's go to the comments. Kathleen says, I understand Sid's point, but it should be special. Okay, let's not go to the comments. You didn't hear what he said, Warren? You didn't hear what he said?
I did hear what he said.
Okay.
We need a little bar of your blood pressure. You're wild about this.
I'm not wild about this.
But you seem like you seem wild about it.
Well, seem and what I am are two different things.
All right.
You seem like you know what you're talking about, but in reality, you're wrong as hell.
Okay, let's go to some comments here. Kathleen K says, I understand Sid's point, but it should be special, and it should let them have some self-expression. Give them some parameters to have self-expression. Then if they don't want them, then they don't have to wear a flag. Let them decorate their caps or something. Kat says, I think that he could have decorated his cap. The gown is a unifier. Facebook user says the graduates could wear stalls instead. Stoles instead. Let's see here.
That's Michelle.
Oh. Hey,
Michelle
Michelle. Thanks for
Martin.
joining
Hey,
us.
Michelle.
Let me scroll down a little bit
Hola,
here.
Michelle.
Caleb says, that's why I got my GED. Laugh my fucking ass off. Well done, Caleb. Congratulations on that, sir. Let me scroll down here through a few more here. Facebook user says the stoves come in colors and varieties of groups: BLM, African tribal colors, gay pride. I like that idea. If that's something that's allowed, Facebook use. I'm not sure who that is.
I
That
gotta
was
ask you,
Michelle
Sidney.
again.
Did you realize in the bigger picture that we agreed with you? We just said why such a big deal. We agreed this was the rules and it was supposed to go this way. Did you realize that we both said that, but we wondered why was this the biggest line in the sand?
What him?
I'm asking.
What why was what the biggest? Him wearing the flag?
No, I'm asking you, did you understand that we're not disagreeing with you on the fact of that was
No.
the rule, he wasn't supposed to do that?
No, I understand that we possibly started out close to agreeing, but when you bring up things like Rosa Parks and the bus, and our little brother in the middle brings up George Wallace, now you lend yourself to not agreeing with me.
Did they not say that with Rosa Parks? What you were saying about how stay in your place, stay in your lane, know where you're supposed to be.
How do you
Did
take
they
what
not
you?
say that?
No,
I'm
no, no.
asking you, did they
How
say
do
that?
you take? How do you jump from this to that? How is it even?
I'm
How is it
asking
even
you a
possible?
question. Isn't
He's
that the same rhetoric they
I'm,
were
I'm,
using at the time of Rosa
is
Parks?
this what
Is
we're
that
doing?
not the same? I'm
Okay.
asking you. Was that the same?
So is it
did
the
you
same?
give him the estimates? Did you get the estimates?
I'm asking.
I feel. Who gave the key to my hotel room? That's what I feel like right now.
I'm admitting we shouldn't be in your room, but now that we're in the room, that was the same stuff they said. Then that's all I was saying. I couldn't help but see the similarities in what you were saying about stay in your place and know the rules and this, that, and the other. And you know, back in the day,
I'm gonna say this. So people think I'm irate. I'm upset. When we're having a conversation about a young
uh-huh.
man who wore a Mexican flag to his high school graduation, I don't know
Yeah,
how you jump all the way to this other side of the moon to bring Rosa Parks and sitting on the back of the bus into this, saying because you tell this kid that you need to wear the outfit that everyone else is wearing because that is the rule, that is the tradition. It's the same thing as telling this black woman who worked hard all day, who has no civil rights, that she has to ride on the back of the bus. This is
now,
what
how could I
infuriates
say
me
she worked
because
hard all day?
one
You just said
does.
this kid didn't do his schooling. He said he went to school and he earned it, and you said no, he
Are
didn't.
you
So now
comparing?
you're saying that she's working hard. No, she wasn't. See, we could do the same thing. I'm
Who?
just saying those were the same things. Those were the same comparisons. What you said was the same stuff they said back in the 50s.
So, so are you comparing Ever Martinez Lopez's situation to Rosa Parks and that situation of the 50s?
I am not. I am saying that the words that you were using were the same words they used in the 50s to describe something else where we were told to stay in our place. It was that line that caught me.
And
That
I'm
this is how it goes.
and
This is
and
how it should go. We shouldn't change.
and I'm gonna
That's
say
what caught me.
this. You can go ahead and you can dissect anything I say because you want to parcel out 2 or 3 words and say, "Oh, that sounds like that over there," and so that sounds like this over here when it doesn't. When it
To
doesn't.
you,
When
it
you
doesn't,
when you
but
know
it
to
when
does.
you know that it,
to
when you
If you
know
take
that
it,
I'm not even I'm
ask the
not even saying.
debaters, take it there.
What
Take
woman
it
take
there.
it to the debaters for, Warren?
Because we're
You're a
a
smart
debating
man. You're a
because
smart
that's
man.
show. So why would I say
You
that?
already know that's not what I was saying, Warren. You already know that.
first time out,
I didn't.
time out. When Warren asked you to take it to the debaters, you got to take it to the debaters. That's the point of this show, is to debate things. So don't be afraid to have the master debaters agree or disagree with your point.
They're going to say whatever they say regardless. I don't need to go,
Okay,
hey, what do you think there? They're going to give so don't
and
act
I'm
like I don't want
and
to take it to them.
I'm telling you, you should take it to them because they are going to let us know, the three of us know who they're rocking with, right? That's what part of the things that we want for the show, is it not? I, I agree with Warren in this instance. You used words that old racist people used for us back in the day. You don't see that. That's fine and dandy with us. I have no problem with you disagreeing with that point. Knock yourself out.
Uh-huh.
However, at the end of the day, you talk about this, he had the uniform on and he added something extra. Did it ruin the ceremony? No. Did it stop anybody else from walking across the stage? No. So the issue of him wearing the flag is only an issue if you point it out. If no one said anything, we would have never known about this kid. He'd have got his diploma and this would not be a story. And that's my point. They took something that didn't need to be made into a point and made it a point for the sake of what? Tradition? Is next graduating class going to have an issue
Was
now that we saw how big of an issue they made this? Had they just ignored something that could have been ignored, there would be nothing to talk about. We would be talking about Candace Owens or
I
something
don't.
ridiculous that happened in the news. But instead, they made it an issue. He didn't make it an issue. They made it an issue.
Okay. Cedric, look above the picture you're seeing of the three of us. You'll see a link. If you want, brother, click that link because you guys are really bothering me tonight. I love each and every one of you, including the two guys I'm sharing the screen with, but you guys are really upsetting me with the nonsense that you're saying. Cedric, how do you fix your fingers, let alone your mind, to even think what you typed in? Kaepernick never would have kneeled if it just followed the rules. Just saying, Sid. Sid, I would love for you to click that link and jump on. Just click it and jump on because I want to know how you jumped to the other side of the moon and what vehicle you took to get there. Please click that link and jump on in here. Susie Myers, and while we wait for Sid to jump on, we're going to go to Susie Myers Adams here. She says, a Hawaiian girl can't wear a grass skirt. A girl who had a great weight loss can't show up in a bikini. And a Nazi show can't show up in a swastika necklace. The gown is about unity, the same reason we have school colors, school mascots, school teams. Given free reign is chaos in the making. Susie, I agree with all of that. I agree with all that,
Was he only
Susie.
wearing the flag or did he have everything else that was required? He added something extra and you're mad about the extra when you could have just ignored the extra. It's not like he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He did fulfill all the requirements and then he went above and beyond, which is what you hope that your graduates do, go above and beyond. And now you're mad at him? It's a dumb thing to get mad about. It would be different if he didn't have his cap and gown and he was rocking some Timberlands. He wasn't doing that. He had the cap and gown on and he draped the flag over his shoulders. If you ignore it like you should have because it's not a big deal and just gave the kid his diploma, guess what? There's no fucking issue. Nobody's upset. You're not getting threatening phone calls. The thing you did to make it an issue was to acknowledge the thing that he wasn't making an issue. He was just simply proud. And if you ignore it because it didn't hurt anybody and it didn't stop anything, then this wouldn't be an issue. Why are you creating issues because you can't let go of tradition, something that
So,
doesn't that
so,
does make it makes no difference
so let me throw a
what you
question to you and
wear.
Warren. Let me throw a question to you and Warren. So let's go ahead because everyone who's been to school knows their rules. Graduation, there's rules. Cap, everyone knows there's rules. So we all know that. So instead of the young man staying within the rules, and I've seen people do this where they wear their favorite team, they wear their favorite color, whatever they decide to do, they wear it underneath, and then they broadcast it at the end of graduation. Instead of doing what he should have did and staying within the rules, we should just say it's okay. You don't have to follow the rules. We'll look the other way because it's no big deal.
Why
That's
are you
not what I'm
punishing
saying.
why are you punishing a kid you're never going to see again?
Huh.
That's not what I'm saying.
For
What
what?
I'm saying is
For what?
when he draped it over and he went to walk, someone should have gone up to him and said, "Hey, you can't do that. If you want to get it today, you got to take it off, walk the line. Your choice. And if he decides not to, then he decides not to."
That I can agree with, Warren. That I
I,
can.
that's how I felt in the beginning, man. I agreed that hey, he shouldn't have done it. Was it a huge deal? To me, it wasn't a huge deal. But yeah,
I think it
I
was.
said from the beginning.
I think it was a monster. I think it was a monster deal. So you and I disagree there. I think it's a huge deal.
It's
But
the most
but
asinine thing to
but he
get
should
bent
have
out
been
of
told,
shape
"We'll
over.
hand you your diploma in the parking lot after the graduation if this is how you think you're going to come down."
Right.
Again, why
I don't know
make it an issue?
why you gotta make me so upset, Warren? I mean, why couldn't you just say
What are you
this?
talking about? I haven't changed
I'm just,
anything
I'm
I've
just
said.
messing
The
with you. I'm
words
just,
you used
I,
were still the words they used back then.
well, go ahead, Deon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't understand why you make it an issue. Susie Meyer says, Dion, the issue isn't a flag, it's a dress code. He was wearing the dress code and then he added something extra. If you ignore it, guess what? He's
You're
still
not wearing a
wearing the
dress
cap.
coat. You're not in a dress coat then.
Yes, you are. I still have my cap and gown on. If I take it off, you're gonna give it to me? That's stupid. Like it's dumb. It's a dumb thing to make a big deal. There's like I said, if it was disruptive, if it's halted the graduation, or if it anyway affected all the work he did, if he then I could understand you making a point. Hey, we can't allow this because X, Y, and Z happens. But the only reason you're mad is because it isn't the traditional guard. Like that's stupid.
No, it's
It's
not the.
it's dumb. It's
I think I made
literally
it very clear.
this is my biggest issue with the whole dress code thing. Did he do all the work he was supposed to do? Yes, he did. What difference does it make what he wore? What if he couldn't afford the cap and gown? You're not gonna let him march?
No,
Again, why? Because you can't get over to how ridiculous is it to be so stuck in your ways that you cannot recognize that
you see
this
those
isn't
kids.
a hit?
You see all those kids lined up in those school colors in that cap and gown. Do you think every kid who lines up in those colors has a silver spoon coming out of their ass? No.
It does.
Those.
What difference
Let me
does that
answer your
make?
question. Those kids take pride, as Susie was putting it earlier. She put it great. Those kids take pride in wearing those school colors at the end of those 4 years. A lot of those kids, again, do whatever they have to, and their parents do whatever they have to make sure that that child can walk in those school colors.
Did he stop anybody from walking in their school colors? No, he didn't.
No, he just decided I need to be different on this particular day, which is not your day. When he gets married, he can wear a
It is his
Mexican
day.
flag tuxedo for all I give a
It
shit.
is his day. When he
No,
graduates,
it's not. No, it's not his day.
It's everybody's day. It's his
There
day.
it
It's
is,
their
and
day.
there it is, and there it is.
He didn't stop them from graduating.
So-
He didn't stop them from graduating. He didn't stop them from getting their diploma. His
again-
flag didn't stop them from getting their diploma.
Again-
So again, why are you making it an issue? Why are you
Again-
sticking to this tradition when nothing changed?
He would have
If you took the
graduated.
flag-
He would have
if-
picked
if
up his
you-
diploma down the street.
Again, it's a
that's where I threw
non-issue.
it.
I don't understand why you're making it an issue. I really don't.
Yeah, it seems
Because
like the
he
master
had-
debaters
he-
may be on my side, and you just can't handle it this time.
That's fine. That's
you know.
fine. I just to me, I'm asking what difference does like if he wasn't wearing the flag and they call his name and he walks and he hands it to him. Yay, we're all happy, right? What so the flag all of a sudden changes all the work he did? No. So why have an issue that he added something extra?
He can have the
It
diploma.
It didn't hurt anybody.
He can have the diploma. Take it. Sure.
But that was the whole thing was they weren't gonna give him his diploma.
I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But but take your diploma and you get it where you got it. The next day or whatever. How many days was it, Warren? Do you recall how many days from graduation?
I do not, but
Yeah.
it was a couple days.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Here's your diploma, but you're not getting it today. Not getting it on this day. Susie Meyer says, "Stuck in your ways." The whole flag thing was an invite shut. How long before the lawyers file suit? Kathleen says, "Good point, Deon. Many kids can't afford the cap and gown, and many don't get to participate in graduation as a result. There were a bunch of fundraising campaigns to pay senior fees and cap and gown to make it possible for them to walk in the ceremony."
Again, it's so stupid. You work so hard, and then all of a sudden they tell you, "Well, you can't participate in this day because you don't look like everybody else." Get the fuck out of. Who cares? Who cares? The ceremony didn't get interrupted. That's my point.
Ricky says, "Typical Deon. The rules matter unless he decides they don't."
They don't matter. That rule doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What you wear has nothing to do with whether you completed the work or not. That's what we're supposed to care about, right? Did you get the job done? Did he get the job done? Yes. So, but he's not dressed like everybody else. So all of a sudden the job is invalid. That's fucking retarded.
All right. Well, that's why the show's called Now It's Debatable, because we debate things, and we seldom agree on too much. So, so it works. I want to thank our master debaters for joining us tonight. This has been an amazing show. So much fun. I want to thank everyone. Have yourselves an amazing. I'm just kidding. The show's not over yet. We got one more topic to go. All right. Oh, wait a minute. We got one more person here. So, what did the flag take away from the graduation ceremony? And some rules are outdated and unnecessary. Yet they are rules, person. And I'm gonna call you a person because all I see is Facebook user. But so they
Rochelle Kent.
Hey, Rochelle, what's up? Rochelle,
Oh,
yes.
now you want to be nice to her.
No. I want to be nice because I know her name. I know her name. Hey, Rochelle, what's going on? But back to my original point. But there are rules, aren't they, Rochelle? You find them outdated, you can say they're unnecessary. But there are rules. And if you can't follow the simplest of high school graduation rules, I don't know
You
about
know who
this.
you sound like? You know who you sound like the SS. Hey man.
No, that's who I sound like. That's who I
I'm
sound
just
like.
doing my job, man.
Oh
Take
my
it up
God!
with my boss, man. Take it up with my boss, bro.
That's right. That's what I sound like. First it was George Wallace. Now I sound like the SS. Yes. Both. How did you know? Long time when I'm laying in bed, I wish I could join the SS, and I wish George Wallace had fathered me. Oh, it would have been.
They're remarkably similar in the line of thinking.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes, remarkably.